So much of what happened in 2021 were beyond our control, and someone else was deciding what life was going to look like for us. And let's face it, it's a bit hard not to be discouraged moving into a new year with all that's happened. So, what if I gave you 5 real life actions that you can start in 2021 with a new outlook and end this year with satisfaction? Yes? Okay, well, let's do it then. Now, I always like to start with some gratitude. So share with me, and welcome to those of you who are watching after this is over. Make sure to leave some comments. I'll be back to answer your questions and respond to your comments. Give me a little love. It helps us engage here as a community. But share a gift that 2020 has brought to you. And today we're going to be free from being discouraged and free from wandering without a plan, free to live life on purpose, free to fail, free to try something new, and free to even change your perspective. Yeah. So I'm inside today because where I am is super cold. There was a little winter storm yesterday, and so I'm inside today, inside the wild orange. And I want to hear from you something that 2020 brought you that you're grateful for. And if you want access to today's show notes, just drop the word new plan, all one word, and I'll send you those notes. And don't keep this information to yourself, because I have a bonus gift for those of you who choose to do that. So if this topic resonates with you in thinking about life actions to kind of start this new afresh, hit those buttons, let me know. I know you have some friends that could benefit from this, so go ahead and take a minute to share that with them. I'm going to take a drink of water. My name is Amy Miller, and I am a wellness advocate and a business coach, and I help fellow therapists in private practice make a bigger impact in the lives of their patients, help them set their business apart from all the others, and really provide patients with solutions that address issues rather than just putting Band-Aids on problems. And we do this using our signature SPARK method via our growth mindset coaching. This is Free Friday. This is our series on Fridays to experience life more fully and more abundantly. And bonus, if we can do this naturally, right? Now, we love to learn out loud here on Free Friday. So when we learn something on the broadcast, or if we have an aha moment, we're going to share the hashtag Free Friday, and we explain whatever's freeing our mind, whatever that aha moment is. Even after you're watching, after the live is over, anytime you hear something that's valuable to you, just type in the words hashtag Free Friday, and then just share whatever it is that's giving you that aha moment that you want to implement, because we love to learn out loud and learn together here. So I'm going to turn this up a little bit. I have a new light that I'm trying out, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so, and I'm going to make sure, hold on a minute. I'm going to make sure that's as clear as can be, because it looks a little fuzzy to you. Does it look fuzzy to you? To me, it looks a little fuzzy. It doesn't look very clear, but maybe that's just on my end. Okay. Now, I know, let's kind of dig into this a little bit more, because as a busy mom and as a therapist running all the things, you've started asking yourself, like, where's the peace? Where's the hope? Where's the adventure? Where's the freedom? Where's the joy? Where's the, whatever, fill in the blank? And I know that you recognize the need to pause for a moment and take in an outsider's perspective in order to gain a new perspective yourself, and to make the shifts necessary to begin doing that. So we're going to do that together, you and I. Ready? Okay, so I want you to give me a little raise your hand emoji if you're open to trying something new in 2021. And if so, what is that new thing or things that you're wanting to do? And I'm going to try to rub this here for a second to see if this changes things. I think it made things a little better. I don't know. It still seems a little fuzzy. It may be my lighting. We'll see. So the first life action that I want you to take is to don't let one year discourage you from the next. I know you've had disappointments this past year, maybe even more than in years past. And it may have been that canceled gathering that you were looking forward to. Yes. Or maybe it was even divisive attitudes of people that you would have considered friends. And in the therapy world, maybe it was the change in procedure or a loss of clients or the shift online that proved to be a lot more difficult than you thought it would be. In fact, directly to therapists right now, I want to tell you, here's your goal. Okay. As therapists, we are very familiar with writing goals for other people, long-term goals, short-term goals, and making them measurable and clear. And so here's my goal for you, therapist, put your name in there, will improve self-worth in 100% of opportunities, given minimal verbal cues to let go of things from 2020 that were out of their control. Okay, so that's your goal, your long-term goal for this year. But whatever it is, you have faced disappointments. And now's the time to decide that you're not going to let last year's disappointments keep you from this year's best. Make up your mind right now that you're going to shift that thinking into a growth mindset and see what you can learn or grow from these experiences, right? So we're also, the second thing I want you to do is to decide what changes are now normal for you in 2020. Oops, one. You see what I did there? Let me change that. Where is it? There it is. Let's see if we can fix it this way. Decide now what changes are normal for you in 2021. Oops, 20. There you go. it's already a new year here. Okay. I'll have to change it in just a minute. Maybe it'll work now. Let's see what happens now. I don't think it worked this time either. Let's see what happens. There. Okay, there's some things that will never be normal, but you can't live like Zoom is a fad that's going to go away, right? So instead, you need to decide now how you're going to get in front of that shift for your personal use, but also in your business. And as a therapist, it's your job to provide great service to your clients, regardless of the medium. But what are some other areas you might need to adapt to? Churches may not be opened up in full force right now. So how are you going to develop and keep Christian relationships with people in a more meaningful way? Thinking about travel. For many people, travel is shifting, which is why RV sales have shot through the roof. And some people are taking their life on the road for 14 days. Others are planning on 14 months. And if you want to connect with us in that way, we can help you do that, shift to that through our Explore the Unseen website. But think about those things that are deciding what changes are now normal for you after 2020 and into 2021. So the third action is your knowledge must stretch in order for your thinking to change. Now, we've talked about some of these concepts before here on Free Friday, but in thinking about our knowledge and how our mind can change our brain and some of those concepts of having that growth mindset. But fresh water comes from a flowing river. And if that river is stagnant, the water won't be drinkable. Your mind is much the same, that if you're not continually learning from new sources, your thinking is going to become stagnant. So think about this in areas of your personal life, in your spiritual growth, in your business growth. Some of my favorites for stretching my knowledge are Bible reading. Learning from my Creator is a great way to renew my mind daily. Another way is via Sean Stevenson. He's one of the best podcasters and resources for science-minded, evidence-based research on health and wellness topics. And he's entertaining too. So I love listening to Sean Stevenson and reading. He's my favorite sleep expert. And now he's come out with a new book that I want to read called Eat Smarter. Dr. Caroline Leaf. She's one of the top communication disorder specialists and now a cognitive neuroscientist that helps me have a growth mindset. And she has the science to back it up. There are various business coaches I've had through the years. Roxy Saran, Shalene Johnson, Tasha Smith, Molly Mahoney, and they've challenged my thinking, my mindset, and they've challenged skills to level up and become better at serving those around me. So where and with whom are you stretching your knowledge? So the fourth life action I want you to take is, what are some things that really wasted your time in 2020? What are some things that really wasted your time in 2020? You know, time is a resource that's not renewable. And to use your time effectively, you need to know where you're giving your time away. Are you making the most of your time? And to find out, you can actually track it. Have you ever tracked it before? It's a really cool experience to do. We all have 168 hours in a week. So what are you doing during those hours that are time wasters? So if you've never done this before, think about doing that. And what are some things that you want to drop off at the door as you enter 2021 and not look back? And then the last life action I want you to think about is settle on something that feeds your soul. Now, I don't mean like settle as in just pick any old odd thing. I mean settle in as in like make a conscious decision about it. Let it be settled. The most important part of a person is their spirit. And the most important thing you can do this year is settle on a plan to feed your spirit. As it says in Psalm 143, it says, let the morning bring me word of your unfailing word, for I have put my trust in you. Show me the way I should go. Now, this is a poem that's connected to David, and he's at the end of his rope. He doesn't know where to go or what to do. He throws himself entirely at the mercy of God's wisdom and mercy, and he starts his day with meditation on the past of how God has shown his love to him. Knowing that this is true, don't wait to get to the end of your rope before you start to develop a relationship with your Creator. I love apps like the YouVersion Bible app or Soul Space app to feed my soul each day as part of my miracle morning routine. So what is feeding your soul? Okay, so let's do a speedy recap, okay? Number one, don't let 1 year discourage you from the next. Number two, decide what changes are now normal for you after 2020. And then your knowledge must stretch in order for your thinking to change. What are those things that really wasted your time in 2020? And settle in on something that feeds your soul. Now, I want you to think about these and take one of these and really put it into action so that you can finish out this year with a satisfaction like that you have designed your life in 2021. Now, if you want access to we have 2 free Facebook groups. One that is directly for therapists in all disciplines in private practice to collaborate and support each other during the shifts that have been happening. If you'd like access to that group, you let me know. We also have a group for those of you who are curious about doTERRA and using essential oils and incorporating those into your lifestyle. And that's a place where you can go and get questions answered as well. So if you want access to that, you can let me know below. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I look forward to meeting with you here. You're worth the time and the investment. And I'll see you back here next week. Okay? Bye, everybody.